children, we see lots of flowering plants around us. What are flowering plants? Plants that produce flowers or yield flowers are called as flowering plants. Today we will study about the various parts of a flowering plant. There's reason I have Vinca rosea here. This is a common plant. Most of you may be having it in your garden. This plant is called as Vinca rosea. It's a commercial plant. In regions of Rajasthan, Gujarat, certain parts of Madhya Pradesh, Maharashtra, they grow in acres together. They extract chemicals from the flowers of this plant. It's called as Vinca rosea. Now it's a typical plant I have chosen for our study. Plants have two systems. They consist of two systems. One below the ground, the other one above the ground. In this plant you can see, this part was under the ground almost. Here you see roots. This has roots in its nodes. You pull out different plants and study. Most of the plants have tap root system. There will be one mother root going down, one single mother root. It will going straight down towards the center of the earth. And that particular root will give room for a number of other roots. They are called as secondary roots. One is a tap root, or you call it a mother root. And the mother root will have a number of secondary roots. From these secondary roots, you will have tertiary roots. Roots of the first order, roots of the second order, roots of the third order. Tertiary roots will be very thin. Here, in this figure 2 you see, this is the tap root. This is a tomato plant. It has a tap root. The tap root has secondary roots. The secondary roots have tertiary roots. Now, what is the function of the root system? If I pull out this plant, the plant will have an elaborate root system. What are the jobs that the roots do? The primary thing is that they anchor the plant to the ground. The plant is anchored to the ground. It is held very well with the help of the root system, and the plant is able to sustain itself with the help of the root system. Why did I use the word sustain? The plant needs water and minerals. Water and minerals. Water with the dissolved minerals in it is absorbed by the plant with the help of the root system. So mainly, chiefly, we have two functions for the root system. One is to anchor the plant firmly in the ground. Number 2, to absorb water and minerals from the ground, soil, and provide it to the plant. And in certain plants, the roots help in vegetative propagation too. The roots themselves will produce new plants, and the plants grow. Okay, this is the root system. So two things: to anchor the plant in the ground. Point number 2, to draw water and minerals from the ground and supply it to the plant. Now we will come to the shoot system. We have many things to be learnt here. This part is the shoot system. It has the main stem growing and it has branches. These things you have learnt in lower classes. Number of branches are there. All the branches have got evolved from the main stem. And this part is called as shoot system. Root system grows towards the center of the earth. Shoot system grows away from the center of the earth. Understand the difference. Why should it grow away from the center of the earth? Because it has to spread all its leaves to the sun and derive energy from the sun rays. For that, a plant should be able to spread its leaves and gather the rays of the sun. Okay, leaves are here. And here at the tip of this stem we have the apical bud. It grows and grows taller with the help of the apical bud. It is at the apex, so we call it as apical bud. And leaves are here. And at each point where there is a leaf, you call that point as node. Here in this you can see. These are the nodes. See? This is a node. This is another node. This is the third node. Right from here you see the nodes. N-O-D-E, node. And the space in between two nodes, you call it as internode. And together, this is the stem. Stem is the chief organ which holds all the leaves, branches, flowers and all. The entire shoot system is held upright by the stem. In some plants, the stems may be very strong, very thick, hard, as in the case of banyan tree. But in certain twiners, creepers, the stem will be very weak. They creep. So this is node, this is another node, the central portion is internode. Here is another internode, node, internode, in between part. What does the shoot system do? I told you one function. It holds the entire shoot system well spread out such that the leaves are in a position to derive energy from the sun. Point number 2. Whatever water and minerals are drawn by the roots, they get supplied to the various parts of the shoot system by the stem. If you cut the stem, the whole plant dies. The shoot system will collapse. So, water is supplied, water and minerals are supplied by the stem to the various parts of the plant. Number 3, whatever food is prepared in the leaves prepare food. In the presence of sunlight drawing water from the ground and carbon dioxide from the air, they prepare food. The food prepared will have to be supplied to all the different parts of the plant. Again, that supply system also goes through the stem. The xylem vessels and phloem vessels we call. Xylem vessels, they supply water. Phloem vessels, they supply food. So the supply system is also there in the stem. We will come to the leaves. The leaves are called as the food factories of the plant. Food factories. Leaves have chlorophyll in them. The chlorophyll pigment, the green pigment in the leaves, prepares food in the presence of sunlight. So leaves are called as the food factories of the plant. And at the nodal portion of the leaf, sometimes you may find an axial bud, axillary bud or axial bud. You can see here. See, this is a leaf, this is the node, and there an axillary bud has developed. This is going to be another branch in itself. Here on this side, again there is another axillary bud on this side. Here you see this axillary bud has already grown into a branch with a few leaves, and again that will have another apical bud that will grow further. Then the plant, once it grows and reaches an appropriate stage, it starts producing flowers. Flowers are the reproductory organs of the plant. The plant has to reproduce. It has to produce saplings of its own kind. For that, seeds have to be produced. To produce seeds, you need flowers. So, flowers get produced on the plant, and these flowers will have male parts and female parts. Pollination takes place, then fertilization, the seeds get produced, the seeds get dispersed, and new plants emerge. New plants emerge. This is how they sustain their kind on the planet. They have to reproduce. Seeds have to be produced in large numbers, because most of the seeds produced by grass and such plants, and even flowering plants, they go a waste. They get eaten away by other plants, or they may not be able to, other animals, they may not be able to grow further at all. They may not get enough water. The plant may die. So they produce seeds in large numbers. So the plant produces flowers, pollination, fertilization, seeds get produced, and these seeds get dispersed and plants emerge. Let us see the different parts on this figure. It's very simple. It's a tomato plant. You have the root system here. Then you have the shoot system. This is the main stem. The main stem has branches here. The leaves which were here earlier, they have fallen off. You don't see a leaf here. You see only the nodal portion you see. This is another node. The leaf has fallen off. It has grown into a full-fledged plant. You have the tomatoes here growing. The flowers are here. These flowers too may grow into tomatoes once pollination and fertilization, those aspects get over. So this is a typical plant. If the flowering plants, they come under angiosperms. They are called as angiosperms. This is a node, this is another node. The in-between part is the internode. Again here you have an internode. In some of the nodes, they may be almost naked now. The leaves have fallen off, branches are not there. So the plant grows and grows and grows over months, producing seeds and fruits and seeds. These are the various parts of a flowering plant. Thank you.